Good evening and welcome. I'm Anthony McIntosh, the Chief Executive Officer of Little Athletics Victoria, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the LAVic Centre Excellence Awards ceremony for season 2021. Of course, because of the pandemic, we're coming to you streaming, of course, online again for the second year in a row, and hopefully for the last year in a row for a while. But of course, that all depends upon how our pandemic is travelling and how our state government restrictions are treating us. So on that note, and in reflection of season 2021, got off, of course, to a difficult, delayed and restricted start, but it has given us some terms that that have entered the Little Athletics and general community lexicon that we haven't had previously, terms such as protocols, COVID-safe officials, hand sanitizer, QR codes, social distancing, restricted activity directions, and face masks. And those terms, by the looks of things, will certainly be with us in the 21-22 season as well. But notwithstanding, they're there to keep us safe, and they allow us to actually conduct Little Athletics in a pretty restricted environment. So in season 2021, our centres, it has to be said, did an absolutely brilliant job. We signed up almost 14,500 members, double what we thought we would. And of our 94 affiliated centres, 28 actually increased their memberships last year amongst all that hardship, delay and restrictions, a terrific outcome. So tonight we recognise and celebrate the achievements of our centres and individuals within the LAVic community, approximately 30 odd awards. So the majority of those awards will be presented by myself and Shane Bertrand, General Manager of Competition Education. And we'll also be joined by Rebecca Cowan, the CEO of the Good Friday Appeal, which is, of course, LAVic's designated charity for over 40 years. And the night will culminate in the presentation of the Centre Membership Awards, where we recognise our centre's efforts in attracting and retaining our members. So our awards can't occur without the generous sponsorship, or generous support, I should say, of our sponsors. And so on that basis, I'd like to acknowledge the support given to us by Karen Bose and her team at the Commonwealth Bank. The Commonwealth Bank came on as sponsors of Little Athletics Victoria in late 2020. I would like to thank Karen. Of course, they took over where Subway, who've been our sponsor for about 5 or so seasons, left off. So thanks to Karen and the team at the Commonwealth Bank. To Nick Fredrickson and Timing Solutions, been with us for many years now. Timing Solutions, great supporters, as has Aaron Cusack and his team at Game Day Apparel. Kate and Kay McIntyre, currently residing up there in Shepparton and very much part of the pandemic response on a community-based level with Energetic Apparel. And Game Day Apparel and Energetic Apparel, of course, are our competition uniform and merchandise providers. To Neil Pittman at Nordic Sport, thanks very much to Neil. To Roy Kowalski at Out There Branding, thanks to Roy. And last but not least, to Andy Graham and his team, his hard-working team at Game Day, or Sports TG, as they were formerly known at, Stack Sports. So all of you are familiar with the work that Andy and his team do with regards to our membership database and event registration programs that they provide for us. So sit back, enjoy, and hopefully celebrate the presentation of the 2021 LAVic Centre Excellence Awards.
I'm Shane Bertrand, General Manager, Competition and Education. Season 2021 certainly proved to be a very difficult season to plan and then deliver events due to constant changes with the COVID restrictions. Our season starts slowly before Christmas. We then had an intense competition period between January and March before the season tapered away again in winter, with all of our cross-country events unfortunately cancelled due to the lockdowns. With the condensed calendar, our focus was on getting the competition events up. This resulted in most of our education events being postponed. Our volunteers all responded to the challenges of the season and delivered some great events within some strict guidelines and overarching restrictions. We are extremely grateful and appreciative of everyone's contributions throughout this difficult period. we'd like to acknowledge some volunteers and centres for their achievements throughout the season. This is always a difficult task to select just a few. The first award is the Host Centre Award. This is presented to the centre or centres that host a state championship event throughout the season. The amount of time and effort required by a large number of volunteers to provide the facilities and services that is expected and at a level required for a state championship cannot be underestimated. We are extremely grateful for their assistance. This award is presented to Cranbourne LAVic Centre for hosting the Commonwealth Bank State Relay Championship in March 21. The centre will receive a plaque acknowledging their efforts. Thank you. Next awards are our State Championship Awards. Unfortunately, for the last 2 years, we did not have the Winter Cross Country Awards as both seasons have been cancelled. We have the Summer Track and Field Season Awards to present, which covers relays, combined events, and track and field state championships. The centres are awarded points based on the medal count at these championships. There are 3 awards: the overall winner, second overall, and third overall. Each centre will receive a plaque, and the winner will have their name engraved on the perpetual shield held at the LAVic office. Congratulations to the following centres and the volunteers and athletes. Third overall is Caulfield LAVic Centre. Second overall is Knox LAVic Centre. And the winner is Geelong LAVic Centre. Well done to all centres, athletes and volunteers. Next awards are our coaching awards. Throughout the last season with the COVID restrictions, coaching activities proved to be difficult and the coaches had to be flexible and adapt to the restrictions, whilst also providing a great resource for the athletes and parents, as well as assisting centres to maintain their important programs. We thank all coaches for their commitment and dedication. This award is proudly sponsored by Nordic Sport, our official competition equipment supplier. We thank Neil and Marianne Pittman for their ongoing support. The Coach of the Year Award hopes to highlight and encourage the special qualities of coaches in junior sport and the immense impact they have on the development of our athletes. There are 3 award winners: bronze, silver and overall. Bronze Award is presented to a young and exciting coach who is mixing his coaching with his ongoing athletic participation. He's come through the ranks of Blue Athletics and participating at national level, yet he's already giving back to the sport at such a young age. The winner of the Bronze Award for Coach of the Year is Ben Voog. Ben will receive a plaque acknowledging his efforts. Congratulations, Ben. The Silver Award is presented to a coach that has shown considerable dedication and commitment over the last several years, assisting the association wherever he can and providing athletes with some amazing knowledge and guidance. He is someone that is passionate about the sport and has no hesitation in assisting others. The winner, the Coach of the Year Silver Award, is Mark Carey. Mark will receive a plaque acknowledging his efforts. Congratulations, Mark. The overall winner of the Nordic Coach of the Year Award is a person that is incredibly passionate and dedicated to Lille Athletics, as well as his athletes. From all levels, from our under-6 skills clinics to our state team athletes. He can manage to educate our athletes and teach them the vital skills required in his area of coaching. The time, effort and commitment over many years of coaching is often overlooked. However, we want to acknowledge the special qualities of this coach. The winner of the Coach of the Year award is Alan Poynton. Alan will receive a trophy, a $500 Nordic sport voucher, and his name will be engraved on a perpetual trophy held at the LAVic office. Congratulations, Alan. I'm joined here today by Alan Poynton. Alan, congratulations. You are the winner of the LAVic Coach of the Year award. Well done.
Thank you very much, Shane. I'm honoured, but there are a lot of other coaches around the organisation who are as deserving, or probably more deserving than I am of this award, but thank you.
Very, very humble there, Alan. Look, you've been around the association for many years. You certainly have helped out at all different levels, and you have seen so many coaches around, and that is a crucial part of our sport, making sure that we do have coaches to assist. Can you give us a little bit of background information on how you started in coaching?
Well, I started, must almost be 30 years ago now, 28, 30 years ago, when my son went to Little Ats. And I was watching how they were hurdling, and I thought, well, I can at least help them improve with the basics. And I talked to one of the coaches there who was looking after the walks, and he had quite a good walks team going. And I said to him, I think I could help them a little bit. And he said, well, go for it. We need people like you to step up to it. So that's what I did. I started helping out. And then I had a couple of athletes who were very good. So I felt as though I needed some training so that I could actually stay a step ahead of them. And so that's when I went along and did a level 1 training course at that point in time, just to stay ahead of a lass who ended up being quite a champion. And basically that's how it started. My son has dropped out of athletics a long time ago, but I'm still there.
You're still there because you enjoyed it? You're still there because you're athletes? Yeah, that's really part of the coach, isn't it? What's some of the things that's keeping you there?
I guess it's all those. I enjoy it. I enjoy working with the kids. Certainly, it's keeping me young. Hurdles is fantastic because not only is it working with people, with children at all different ages, winning and with losing. Brings out the challenges as far as the life skills are concerned. So It's really working with the kids on their life skills as much as working with their athletic ability.
Yes, that's sensational, Alan. That is certainly, as we all know, the role of the coach is not just to take training. There's much more to that. Coach of the Year award is proudly sponsored by Nordic Sport. You will receive a trophy and a $500 voucher from Nordic Sport, as well as your name being engraved on the perpetual trophy that's held at the association office. Congratulations again, Alan.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. And I'd really like to thank all the other coaches that I've worked with along the way and that I've learned from all along the way. It's been a tremendous journey. Thank you very much.
Our next award is the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award. This award is dedicated to the late Brian Neighbour, who had a tremendous impact on the coaching careers of many volunteers. Brian held the highest level of coaching available. He was part of our education committee for many years in order to develop and grow the coaching community at the centre level, as that is where the future starts, he often remarked. Brian was a mentor to many coaches, including myself. His impact is sadly missed. We honour him through this award. The number of nominations that were received this year was truly amazing. Reading through them certainly highlighted the special qualities of coaches at the centre level and the immense impact they have on the development of our athletes. The challenges that were faced by all coaches, regardless of location this season, has been great. But the methods used to overcome these and assist our athletes demonstrates the commitment our coaches have to our centres and their athletes. Reading through the numerous nominations provides some great insights into these initiatives. Winner of the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award will receive a plaque and a $250 voucher. Whilst this award is announced at our awards function, it is a centre-focused award. The presentation will occur at the centre at the commencement of the 21-22 season to acknowledge these achievements in front of the entire centre. This year's winner excelled in the key areas of contribution to Lille athletics, coaching effectiveness, personal development, leadership, and special qualities. It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award is Damien Watshot, Melton City Lille Athletics Centre. Congratulations, Damien. Welcome, everyone. My name is Shane Bertrand, General Manager, Competition and Education. Today, I have the pleasure of talking through a nomination for the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award. This award recognises the great contribution our coaches have at our centre. Normally, this award is announced at the gala dinner, but because it's focused on the centre level, we allow the presentation to occur at the centre level and make sure that the person is recognised in front of their peers and the athletes in the centres. However, with the second running of the online gala dinner, what we thought it would be great is if we could actually have a bit of a chat with the nomination and also go through and explain why this person is a worthy winner. Congratulations, Damien Watshot, Melton City Lille Athletic Centre. You're the winner of the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award.
Right, no, it's a real pleasure to be here. Didn't really expect it, but it's a lot of work that all the other coaches put in. So, congratulations to all of them for being nominated as well. It's just a real pleasure to be recognised for the work that we've been putting in at Melton City.
Terrific, yes, Damien. Look, this year, certainly over the last couple of years, it has been difficult with all the COVID restrictions in terms of trying to make sure that you can get the athletes motivated, get in there and provide all the resources that you have. Certainly it was interrupted over the last 2 years, but we certainly know that we rely on coaches to be flexible and adapt to the conditions. And certainly the focus at the centre to keep the athletes engaged, keep them involved in the sport has been difficult, but it's really fundamental to make sure that we do keep these athletes engaged because it's very easy to drop away. So can I just ask you a couple of questions about what you do at your centre, Melton City? What's some of your philosophies on coaching and a couple of little success stories that you might want to share?
Well, I think especially us at Melton City, I think the biggest thing that we needed to offer first up was the commitment. I think the parents need to see that, because they're giving us the responsibility to look after their kids and help them move along. So they want to know that we'll be there every week. So I think, especially something that I try to do, like rain, hail, shine, I try not to cancel. Like we'll wait as long as we can. If we have to cancel because the weather's too extreme, we will. But I think it's really just more about being out there with the kids, letting them know that, they can achieve something, but they've got someone there that will be there to help them. And I think that's really important to let the kids and the families know that as well, because, like I said, they are trusting us to basically guide their kids. And I think what a lot of people sort of forget, especially when we are coaching the kids the ages that we are. We need to look after their attitude and their commitment. Well, not necessarily just our sport alone, but, you know, with our older kids are getting up to, you know, your under 15s, 16s, they're, you know, look, coming up to the end of school, they're going to have to look at jobs. And if we can give them on the right attitude that, you know, that they do have a chance to be good at something, then I think we're on the right path.
Terrific. Can you tell me a little bit about your multi-class athletics at Melton City and how that is catered for with coaching as well?
Well, I've actually been dealing with Richard Coleman a lot about this, and because I never coached a multi-class athlete before. We've got a young boy, Bam, I think will be going into under 13s this season. You know, and I was out of place. I had no idea what to do. But having Richard around through just seeing him at different LAVic events was really good. And he just kept telling me, treat him as everyone else, include him in the group, don't set him out, don't individualise him. But even for competition days, like I was really concerned about, you know, say his age group went to long jump, I was really concerned, well, what do we do here? Like, I feel like he's missing out on an event. But I spoke to Ben himself and I go, look, Ben, we can chuck you in another event that you can do. Like, we'll give you another run or another throw. But his attitude was, no, I just want to stay with his mates, stay with the group. And I was like, well, you know, if that's what you're happy to do, like, we're happy to do that. And, you know, it's good. Like, again, you can sort of worry sometimes about kids at that age and how they're going to react having, you know, someone in a wheelchair. But, you know, our kids are generally pretty good. They all accepted him. Like, you know, they love him. They love having him around. It's good for him. It's good for all of us.
Terrific. Yeah, it's certainly we have seen a lot of growth in the multi-class area, and we are extremely lucky to have someone like Richard Coleman, our multi-class ambassador, to help us through. To hear, certainly from his area too of strength and conditioning, felt that it was so important all the way along, having not only just running and jumping is about the whole body. So Brian would be thrilled to hear what you're saying there, Damien. So on behalf of Little Athletics Victoria, we'd just like to say congratulations again of being the winner of the Brian Neighbour Centre Coach Award. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Official of the Year Award. This award is proudly sponsored by Game Day Apparel, our licensed uniform and merchandise supplier. We thank Aaron and Eddie for their ongoing support. The winner will receive a cheque to the value of $500 as well as a trophy, and their name will be engraved on the perpetual trophy held at the LAVic office. Without our volunteers, whether committee members, officials or coaches, our sport of Little Athletics could not continue to provide the wonderful experience for our athletes. We continue to be extremely grateful for all levels of assistance from our volunteers. Our officials provide the opportunity for our athletes to compete at the centre level as well as the higher level. The ongoing commitment required to provide these opportunities cannot be underestimated, as this is one of the most important pillars in our structure. Again, 2021, with the COVID restrictions and the condensed competition season, proved to be challenging. However, our officials again excelled and provided their assistance where required. The Official of the Year acknowledges all of the attributes that make a great official, including level of commitment, contribution throughout the season, demonstrating a positive attitude, a respect for fellow officials, athletes and parents, being well organised, has a thorough understanding of their role, yet is willing to ask questions and be part of the team, positively contribute to the organisation and the delivery of the event. It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Official of the Year is John Mills. John has been involved with Diamond Valley Little Athletics Centre and Northern Metro Region. Congratulations, John. Welcome everyone. My name is Shane Bertrand, General Manager of Competition and Education. I'm joined today by John Mills. John's been involved with the Diamond Valley Little Athletic Centre and Northern Metro Region. I have the great pleasure in announcing John as the winner of the LAVic Official of the Year Award. Congratulations, John.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you very much.
Terrific, and I'm glad you can join us. John, I'd just like to ask a couple of questions on your involvement throughout Little Athletics, where it all started, how you got involved as being an official, and your journey as an official, people that helped you, and we'll explore some of those other areas as well.
Yeah, well, Shane, my journey with Little Athletics started back as a young 9-year-old. So, a participant of Little Aths myself, in those days only, unfortunately, 9 to 12-year-olds. Had a bit of a hiatus until my kids came along and got back into the sport along with my wife. And we haven't left. Now, considering my oldest is 30 and my youngest 21, it's been quite a while. As you said, with Diamond Valley Little Athletics, and just essentially, chiefed at centre level, went on to region, progressed through region to the point that I'm now on the committee as their competition director, and loving that role. Yeah. And progressed on to state, where I've started off as a lowly dog's body chief, and now referee in most occasions at all events, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, that's terrific. And some of the people helped you along the way or provide guidance. What do you think the importance? We spoke a lot about coaching, having a mentor in coaching. What about in officiating?
Look, if I was going to point anyone out, it'd probably be Shaz Cairns.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to have her out at Northern Metro Region. We have originally started off as liaison officers together out at Northern Metro. And yeah, Shaz has been, probably the pivotal one for me in probably getting the most enjoyment, the greatest understanding, and probably officiating in a temperament that deals with children rather than adults, which I think is really important. I love doing the kids. I don't officiate. But yeah, Shaz has probably been the pivotal one in pointing me in the right direction at times.
Yeah. Oh, and we all know Shaz well and can understand exactly her involvement and guidance along the way. One of the things probably is misunderstood a lot in officiating is the fact that you're actually part of a team, and it's really important that you work together. What's some of your ideas around that?
Oh, look, I don't think you can officiate or enjoy officiating if you don't act as part of a team. I know, especially in my role as a state referee, it's pivotal, with the people that you're dealing with, whether it's, athletes, officials, chiefs, or even parents and team managers. And that's probably what I enjoy about Little Athletics. It is that team aspect. It still has that community feel around it, rather than, an elite sporting event that you would probably get in seniors.
Yes. Yeah. And with that team aspect, one of the things, certainly our sport relies heavily on volunteers. We are a volunteer-driven organisation. But at the centre level, it is really important that you do get new volunteers come along, the parents, and being exposed to sometimes new experiences can be a bit of a challenge, but being part of that team is really crucial. And I think there's one thing that we need to try and get across a lot more at the centre level, because it makes it a worthwhile and enjoyable experience. And what are your thoughts around that at centre level? Some of the ideas of trying to make that a bit more worthwhile.
Look, I think it's coming back to making that more of a family, community-based environment. I think we've got to remember that, especially at centre level, we're not playing for sheep stations. Most of our athletes come along to have a bit of a run. It's a social outing for them.
Yep.
And we need to make that the same feeling for our parents and volunteers. If we don't welcome them, we don't take the time to bring them along, they won't come back. They won't put their hand up, and that then has implications at region and state level. So I think it is pivotal that we get those volunteers enjoying the sport, not being scared of picking up a rake or measuring a shot put or a long jump, and develop them to bring that experience along to region and state. I think that's what I enjoyed, at centre level the most as well, and that's what's kept me going. I still go back to centre level now, even though I've not got any kids running, and I still enjoy it from essentially the day I started. And someone who was who did mentor me, Shaz, has always said, if you're not enjoying it, it's time to get out. Thank God I'm still enjoying it.
Terrific. All right, John. Well, look, it was really great to have a chat with you today and talk through some of your officiating philosophy. Look, congratulations again on being awarded the LAVic Official of the Year award. We will be making sure that we can present your award, which consists of a voucher, consists of a trophy, and your name is engraved on the perpetual trophy. So congratulations again. Well done, John.
Thank you, Shane.
Okay, the next award is the Energetic Apparel Centre Marketing Award, and lots of thanks to Kate and Kane McIntyre from Energetic Apparel for their sponsorship of this award category. And this award category is one of our three categories. It's judged via a written submission, which is not a long written submission. It's on a Word document, and easily formatable and easy to do. So part of the reason for having written submissions is that it's a different way to judge awards, rather than on, say, a set of stats or gut feel. Sometimes is how some awards programs I've been involved in happen. To have something in writing makes it a little bit easier to judge and to compare the relative strengths and weaknesses of of judging of award applications. So it makes it fun too. So written submissions often contain lots of information. You get to learn a lot about the subjects of the nominations. So the first one, our first written submission award, the Centre Marketing Award, recognises centres that have implemented innovative marketing program or project, campaign, plan or activities that have demonstrably elevated the profile of their centre within their community, generated new memberships and maximised member retention. All right, so there were 3 submissions worthy of finalist status received, and they were from Keilor, Albury and Knox Little Athletic Centres. So congratulations to Keilor, Albury and Knox for making it to the finalist category, finalist status, I should say. And so I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the Energetic Apparel Centre Marketing Award is Albury Little Athletic Centre. Congratulations to Albury. So just a couple of points about the Albury nomination and submission. A couple of things stood out. One was that, or the major one was that they had 25 dot points that were the 25 specific marketing activities that they could identify and that they'd listed. So all of those marketing activities were cost neutral or more or less cost neutral, and they include regular appearances on the local 2AY radio programs, radio shows, and rebranding their own uniforms. And they erected a billboard promoting personal bests on the Hume Highway. So obviously getting plenty of attention there from passing traffic, thousands per day, hundreds of thousands per day. And they were drafting school newsletters and dropping those around. So
billboard, you might wonder, well, how can a billboard possibly be free? Well, what Albury are very, very good at is actually utilising their networks and their contacts within their centre and the extended network of contacts that the parent group and families bring to Albury. So they utilise those contacts, and being in a small regional city, they have some scale, obviously, and so they do that incredibly well. And they painted that picture in their submission. The 25 dot-pointed specific marketing activities that they could identify. Clearly, marketing is the strength of Albury, and that really shone through in that nomination. So, congratulations to Albury. That was a really outstanding and a fun submission to read.
Okay, online with me now, I have Elizabeth Maguire, who's the Secretary of Albury Little Athletics Centre. Welcome, Elizabeth, and very kindly taking some time out of your very busy teaching schedule. Of course, you're all teaching remotely up there as well, like we are over the border in New South Wales, like we are down here in Victoria. So challenging times, no doubt, and you've got kids of your own, so doubly challenging. But welcome anyway.
Thank you.
Even more exciting that you don't even know at this point in time as to why you've been summoned to a Zoom with myself, but look, I'm very pleased to announce that Albury Little Athletics Centre is the winner of the 2021 Centre Marketing Award. So fantastic, amazing nomination submission, which we'll talk about in a sec, but a great award for yourself and also for your committee. Elizabeth, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk us through how you come to set out and to task and to fulfill those myriad of marketing activities, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I think we have a great committee who, like other centres, we look at the strengths and what people might have to offer. So not only on committee, but also our general membership. So we were lucky enough that one of our families owns a signwriting business. So we were able to sort of outsource to them our design and the actual implementation and putting up of the billboard and other signage throughout the season. And then as a result, we're able to reuse that artwork elsewhere in our social media and whatnot. And then also sort of we sit down at the start of the year and decide, look at what worked the previous season in our marketing campaign, and then what we sort of want to achieve going forward and what new things we can try. So the billboard was certainly something new this year. And again, we were lucky enough that a family actually owned the billboard and donated that space to the centre to advertise, which was fantastic. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to, I guess, set up your marketing campaign, but we just sort of look at the season ahead and look at when we want to do certain things. Obviously, the majority of it's at the start when you're trying to build your membership, but also still building those community partnerships throughout the season with your sponsors and your schools and setting yourself up for the seasons to come as well.
Yeah, look, well said. And, you know, I think one of the other standout points of that submission was the sheer number of marketing activities that I mentioned before, but for the fact that the submission made the point that all of them were just about cost neutral, and that the centre relies really heavily and taps into really effectively its own network of contacts throughout Albury. And Albury is a regional city of some scale. You know, there wouldn't be too many occupations that aren't represented in Albury. And so it's no doubt that its membership is somewhat reflective of the local community there, and there's people there from just about every walk of life that the centre really effectively taps into. So to do all of those things off the smell of an oily rag, so to speak, is pretty impressive. And I think the results from Albury we've seen pretty much continued growth for an extended period now are there to see. And in no small way you can attribute that success to the marketing activity and the energy and organisation and commitment of the people like yourself on the board, on the committee, I beg your pardon, Elizabeth. Yeah, pretty impressive. So congratulations to Albury, and please pass on our congratulations to the committee.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the third award by written submission, which is the Out There Branding Centre Volunteer of the Year Award. And thank you to Roy Kowalski and his team at Out There Branding for his ongoing and generous support of this award and of Little Athletics Victoria generally and our centres. So the Centre Volunteer of the Year Award recognises volunteers that have given their centre exemplary service throughout the 2021 season. Okay, and there were 6 submissions worthy of finalists in this category. So we have, in no particular order, Tanya Keegan from Knox, Catherine Laird from Seaford, Alice Bennett from Brighton, Elizabeth Maguire from Albury, Mike Lloyd from Keilor, Brian Ackley from Yarra Ranges. So there are some people there that have been volunteering in our sport for a long, long time, and great to see that their centres have felt that these people were worthy of broader recognition than what they might otherwise receive in their centre week to week. So nice to hear of these people, hear their stories, to read about what they've done is really quite inspiring. And so this is a hot field, actually, a very difficult one for us to actually judge. So on that note, I'm very pleased to announce the winner of the Out There Branding Centre Volunteer of the Year Award is Elizabeth Maguire from Albury Little Athletic Centre. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
The Centre Volunteer of the Year Award. And you might be pleased to know that you are, in fact, the 2021 Centre Volunteer of the Year Award winner. So congratulations. A huge honour.
I'm a bit speechless, which is a bit unusual.
Highly unusual for you to be speechless.
I know.
I have to say.
Wow.
But if I can just say that nomination also was outstanding, and it set out a story about what Elizabeth did to assist Albury in particular, first and foremost, get up and going at the start of the last season. 2021, of course, was severely impacted by COVID, slightly less so in New South Wales, but all our jurisdictions were slow to release their restrictions, and New South Wales got going Albury got going in sort of mid-September-ish, early mid-September, and so they had a pretty good run at it, but no less restricted than the rest of us, of course. And so Elizabeth did a power of work in navigating that centre through those murky waters. But I think most impressively, what the submission told us is how much work Elizabeth did supporting other centres that are affiliated with LAVic and affiliated with Little Athletics New South Wales, and probably with LAACT. I'm not exactly sure about the ACT one, but I know you have connections up there with ACT.
Yeah.
So for the fact that you're able to, and you're willing to put yourself out there for Little Athletics, period, regardless of where people come from, to assist them, is, I think, an enormous accolade, and just a wonderful thing. And great that it was recognised, Elizabeth, if I can say so myself. So just a wonderful achievement. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So look, I don't know whether there's any comments you'd like to make about yourself, Elizabeth. Most people find it difficult to speak about themselves in these sort of circumstances, but are there any comments you'd like to make about Albury, or heading into the new season, or where you see things at?
Yeah, look, I think first of all, thank you to the Centre or whoever it was that put the nomination forward. But I also think you're only as good as the people around you. And you know, we've had this is my 6th year as secretary, so you know, I've seen a lot of faces come and go off committee, and every single one of them's contributed to the success of the centre and helped myself along the way. So you know, want to recognise their contribution as well. Season ahead, like everyone, looks a bit unknown down on the border with all the restrictions and whatnot. But look, we're just like everyone else, we're focusing on getting the centre up and running as soon as we can. And lots of inquiries as always, and the Olympics is certainly, everyone's really interested in the Olympics and the Paralympics. So hoping that you know, it brings a successful season, not only for us but for all LAVic centres, and we all have a great season ahead.
Here, well said. Yep, absolutely echo those sentiments. On behalf of the association, Elizabeth, congratulations to Albury once again for the marketing award, and to yourself personally for the Centre Volunteer of the Year award. Huge year for Albury. Let's hope that it's bigger and better into 2021-22. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, so moving on to the next award is the Commonwealth Bank Centre Inclusion Award. And thanks to Karen Bowes and her team, for their generous support of Little Athletics Victoria, but also of this award category. This award category is also judged via written submission. And the Centre Inclusion Award recognises centres that have created a program, a project or a campaign or implemented a plan which has demonstrably improved the level of inclusion and engagement with children at disadvantage. So disadvantage in this context, we accept children with disability from a non-English speaking background, from an Indigenous background, or from a financially disadvantaged background. We would accept also nominations that would touch on other levels of inclusion. They're the main ones, and those themes are linked to what our state government generally try to encourage community sports to work with. So there were 2 finalists in this category, submissions from Knox and from Seaford Little Athletic Centre. And I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the Commonwealth Bank Centre Inclusion Award is Seaford Little Athletic Centre. So congratulations to Seaford. And some points about Seaford's nomination. First of all, they made it very clear that their focus from an inclusion perspective was on supporting kids from local families at disadvantage. And they did this through the acquisition of grants, mostly from the local Frankston local government area. And so as a result, they acquired these grants. They assisted kids from disadvantage who otherwise couldn't actually join Seaford Little Ath Centre. They supported those kids financially and got them involved. And as a result, this initiative is largely responsible for a 20% growth in their membership in the last 12 months or so. So quite an outstanding result. A clear focus here on a market, if you like, and they felt that they obviously done their homework, realised that there were many kids in the local area that simply couldn't afford to do little athletics on top of other sort of life expenses, and Seaford got involved to help those families, got them involved in the centre, got them competing, got them participating and having fun, and wow, there you go, 20% growth in membership. Outstanding result. So congratulations, Seaford. Terrific, and look forward to hearing how that initiative progresses as in subsequent years.
Okay, online with me at the moment, I have Emily McClellan, who's the president of Seaford Little Athletics Centre. So welcome, Emily.
Hello, Anthony and everyone. Pleased to be here.
Great, exciting times for you and the committee, your members, and the whole of your centre. So, look, the reason that you're online tonight is because Seaford's actually won 2 awards, and so very pleased to let you know that you've won 2. Exactly right. And the first of those awards is the Small Centre Award for Southern Metropolitan Region, and it's the SMR Membership Award for your centre. So your centre won that award in the small centre category, and because it had demonstrated a combination of growth, retention, and you'd actually retained some, or you'd signed back up some previous members as well, and a combination of those means that you're the best performing small centre in Southern Metro region. So congratulations to Seaford for that. The other award, the second award that I'm very pleased to announce that you've won tonight, is a Centre Inclusion Award. And part of the reason, this is part of the reason as to why Seaford was successful with its small centre SMR Membership Award. And so great backstory behind this award. This award, of course, was won by submission. So someone at Seaford, could have been yourself, or it could have been someone else, actually wrote a submission for the Centre Inclusion Award. And without giving too much away, I think what impressed us most when we were reading the submission for this award was the fact that you very much targeted kids in families at disadvantage locally at Seaford there, and gained some grants, mostly through the Frankston LGA and maybe other bodies as well. I'm not exactly sure. You'll be able to tell the story, but focused on actually supporting those families and with the expenses and everything else that's required to ensure that they become members and stayed members. And as a result, they significantly swelled the size of your membership there at Seaford. So great initiative and a wonderful result. So can you perhaps tell us a little bit about that, Emily, and how that came about and how you did it?
Yeah, thank you. It's very exciting. Yeah, I sort of thought we were getting one, but two's even better. And like you say, they do run into each other, the awards. You know, to begin with, we really, you know, brought an initiative about that. We wanted all the kids to come back to sport. Obviously starting the season late and those sort of things, we just weren't sure what was going to happen. We put the feelers out there to see, you know, what members were coming back and that sort of thing. We had already spoke to the Frankston Council and we had used their grants in previous years. So they were a good one to start with. And then the RSL jumped on board and gave us some sponsorship and we were able to cover more memberships. We sort of put it out there to say, you know, if your kids haven't signed up yet, if there's a reason, please just, you know, tell our committee, send an email through, ask us how we can help, and just really put it out there that, you know, that it would be confidential. Please just talk to us and get more on board. And then also, you know, we were sort of, our committee was, you know, just had our eyes open to see if we could help out any families in the area as well and get them on board. And then we also had, after the RSL, IGA, Seaford North jumped on board as well and gave us some more money towards, we decided to use it for uniforms. And so we gave back to our members that had already rejoined, the returning members, and so that everyone could sort of have the Seaford logo that's very well known in our merchandise, so that they could all, you know, feel part of our friendly club, that everyone's included and have lots of fun. So that's what Seaford's about. So
fantastic.
Everyone likes to shop in their colours each week.
Indeed, yep. No, that's it. That's a great story. So heading into the current season, is the committee looking like doing following suit and
the
doing
RSL's already on board again. So, you know, we'll be looking into probably doing it, you know, the same way with the grants. They were sponsorship grants that we could allocate to, you know, 15 children roughly. So, you know, and they're always, you know, happy to take on board. They also gave us some like other different sponsorship over the season as well. So, and then I'm pretty sure that the Frankston Council will still, they've been doing them, I think, for about 5 years, their grants as well. So
fantastic. Yep.
Definitely be trying to get kids back into sport again. Last year it was important. It was so important in 2020, and now 21 it's even more important, I think. So
exactly right. I think heading into the current season, looks as if we might be a little bit delayed in terms of our start because of COVID restrictions. Anything that you know, gives parents or breaks down the barriers between getting kids out of the house into community sport will be welcome. So I'm sure that will be really well received again by those families, and with any luck, more families potentially in the coming year. Yeah, terrific. Well, on behalf of the association and all the centres, Emily, congratulations, great result, and it's a testament to the hard work of yourself and other committee members there at the centre that makes these differences. It's quite a unique approach, and look, it'd be great if other centres, I'm sure other centres will actually you know, will pay attention and follow suit, which would be awesome as well. So on that note, thanks very much.
Yep, thank you very much for your time.
Best of luck heading into the new season.
Wonderful, thank you. Thanks to our committee and everyone's hard work. Thank you.
Brings us to the next tranche of awards, which are our Service Award recipients. And we have 2 Service Awards recipients to recognise tonight. And one is from 2020 year. And we, because of the timing of our AGM was actually after our awards presentation last year, we didn't get the opportunity to recognise this individual last year, and because our competition calendar was completely messed up last year, for want of a more scientific term, then we're unable to formally recognise that person as we may have at a state championship event. So we'll do that tonight, and we've also got a service award recipient from 2021 as well, which we're quite excited about. So we'll hear from both of those individuals in just a moment.
Online, I have with me Shane Bicknell, who's, amongst other things, the president of Western Country Region. And Shane, the reason that the two of us are having a cosy fireside chat this afternoon is because you were awarded the Meritorious Award, and an Association Award, Service Award, back in 2020 at the AGM then, and because of the timing for our conference, which was online again last year, we're unable to actually present that too at the conference, at the awards dinner, I beg your pardon, like we normally would, and so hence we are online. So from the association, on behalf of the association, to yourself, absolutely congratulations. You're a man that's heavily involved in the sport, literally lots of fingers in different pies, but not only just yourself. You would probably be the first to acknowledge that it's a team thing for you too, because Team Bignell travel everywhere. Yes. In little athletics and senior athletics. Your wife Julie, your daughter Abby, and there may be others in there that I'm not aware of, but the three of you make collectively a giant contribution to the sport, and so pleased to have your contribution in particular acknowledged in this way. So do you have any thoughts or responses? How do you feel?
Oh no, it's a real honour. It's not, so obviously you don't do these sorts of things to get awards, but when you get an award like this, it's a real honour, and I'm very happy about that. And yes, big thanks must go to Julie and for Abby. And I do have another son, Josh, who's not athletic, but he helps occasionally as well. So all of us are heavily involved in little athletics and athletics generally, and it's been a real pleasure. So thank you.
Terrific. No, that's great. Thanks very much. And I hope we can bump into each other in person at some point down the track this season. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you. And I'd encourage every parent who's out there to get themselves and get their own kids, get into everything that Little Athletics provides. So if there's a course on or there's a day on for the children, get involved, because it helps not only your child, but every child. And I think, like most things, whatever you put into Little Athletics, you'll get back in spades, because I know the Bignell family have, and we really appreciate it and love putting back into the sport.
Well said. Okay, online with me at the moment, I have Nicole Lopes, I have Dylan Cooper, who's the president of Waverley Little Athletics Centre, and I also have Steve Lopes, who is Nicole's husband and life partner, and they're joining us online for the presentation of the next award, which is of course the announcement of at our award ceremony of Nicole Lopes's earned her life governorship this year, which was awarded at the 2021 AGM. And so on behalf of the association, Nicole, well done, congratulations. And as I said, absolutely well earned. You've been in the sport for a long, long time, made a massive contribution at centre level, at region level, at state level, at other levels as well. And many, many people within our sport know of you and the work that you do, which you continue to do. You've been in the sport for many, many decades, and at every level, including the athlete level. And so I think not many of us probably could think of a more worthy life governor than Nicole Lopes. And just for the balance, of course, we invited Steve along onto the Zoom this afternoon because, of course, Steve also won a life governorship award back in 2016. And so in our pre-conversation just before we went live here, we figured there was about 4 husband and wife partners or life partners that have both earned joint life governor awards. And so you're in esteemed company. So well done, Nicole, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much, Anthony. It's a huge honour. It was very unexpected, but it's a huge honour to be. I'd like to thank Dylan for nominating me. It was a big surprise, very secretive, and the association and everybody for giving me this award. It's it's really, really humbling. Thank you very much. I think
pretty much sums you up, Nicole. You're very humble and will for our association. So thanks once again. I'll just make a couple of comments too about the submission, the nomination form that Dylan did put together, and the nomination form was very, very good. It was very difficult for the Service Awards Committee and the Nominations Committee to not accept that award. And whilst of course we try our level best to ensure that every nomination is given due consideration and the best opportunity to be successful. The reality is that on the odd occasion, sometimes that's not the case. On this occasion, there was no doubt from the outset. It was superbly put together. It wasn't overly lengthy, but it was very detailed. And so hats off to you, Dylan, for the work and research that you did there. And so what we are looking for with regards to the nominations is a true reflection of the contribution that people make. And that's exactly what that nomination did. So just before I hand over to you, Dylan, I just would like to say that thanks too for the Service Awards Committee. This was the service award that was awarded in 2021. And superbly led by Steve Ryan, who's the chair of the Service Awards Committee, Graham Lucas, Irene Harris, Neville Harris, Gordon Major, Debbie Baskin are all part of the Service Awards Committee. And whilst Gordon and Neville, and we thank them for their service, they step away this year. The Service Awards Committee will be looking for a couple of extra additional members to slot back in and keep that function going. They do a great job, as I said, of actually vetting the awards and providing support to nominating parties to improve, to work on, and to provide feedback to those nominations. And so they'll be more prominent this year in this season once we get rolling, and encouraging centres and regions to nominate their worthy volunteers next year. So on that note, Dylan's got a couple of words to say, Nicole, as well. So I'll just hand over to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Anthony, and thank you for inviting me to be along today to assist with the presentation of the award. And I'd just like to say a couple of things. Leave all three association awards on offer. So across the 55 years of Little Athletics, only 3 people have ever been awarded all 3 awards. So that in itself is quite an achievement. And I guess the real reason that I'm here today isn't to sort of explain all of this information, because it's all online and available at anyone's hand and at anyone's hand. So I will explain exactly what I'm doing here today. I took over as SMR president in May, and in my capacity as the Waverley president, I initiated a nomination for a service award at region level. And it gives me great pleasure to not only be part of today's Life Governor announcement, but also to announce that the SMR committee and executive have awarded both Steve and Nicole life membership of SMR. So on behalf of SMR, I would like to congratulate both Steve and Nicole for not only being life governors of Little Athletics Victoria, but also receiving a well-deserved SMR life membership.
Thank you, Dylan. They were very kind words, and I'm glad you stuck to all the good bits and you didn't go into some of the things that we did at some of those multi events when we were away. So that was good.
No worries. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you SMR for that great recognition. Really appreciated.
And it's actually the inaugural SMR life memberships. There's never been any awarded previously, so something very special to take away from today's announcement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan.
Well done, Dylan. Yeah, congratulations and great initiative. Congratulations, Nicole and Steve. Nicole, did you want to have any further words to respond to that before we move on for the evening?
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. Thank you, Dylan. That's very special award. It's definitely had a lot of good times together away at the country events. Miss them a bit, but they're always a good chance. They were lovely. To good social weekend with all of the Little Aths community. So thanks a lot.
No, well said.
Absolutely.
Okay, at this time of the night, it's my pleasure to welcome Rebecca Cowan, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday Appeal. And Rebecca will say a few words about the Good Friday Appeal and also present a couple of awards to our centres that have made huge contributions to the Good Friday Appeal in the 2021 season. Over to you, Rebecca.
Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Cowan and I'm the Executive Director of the Good Friday Appeal, and it is wonderful and it's a privilege to be here at the Little Athletics Victoria Awards night. Even though I'm joining you again in lockdown, it is wonderful to be here to celebrate and to thank each and every one of you for your outstanding and continued support of the Good Friday Appeal. This year, the Good Friday Appeal celebrated 90 years of giving, which is such a significant milestone and one we should all be really proud of. Our story is one of change, it's one of consistency, it's of innovation, but it's also one of resilience and stability. And in what has been a challenging year for everyone, the community came together to raise an extraordinary $17,122,879. And this brings a combined total to over $399 million, which has been raised for the Royal Children's Hospital. It was wonderful to see the return of volunteers shaking tins at intersections. We had door knockers out there. There were thousands of calls being answered. We had adapted events and fundraisers across the state. And this included the incredible support once again of Little Athletics Victoria. Since 1972, you've raised over $1.1 million. And this year you raised $22,481 across 29 centres. Now, I know it was a challenging year for all the centres with a late start to the season and with COVID disruptions, but to raise this amount is outstanding. As a group, you're committed to the community and you provide the opportunity for our kids to be active, to have fun, to create memories, and to think about how they can help others. Especially in these times, they're important values for us all and especially for our children to learn, to understand and apply to their day-to-day lives. So thank you for doing that. The money raised goes to supporting the Royal Children's Hospital, and each year we have 50,000 children admitted. There's thousands more that are treated in emergency, and another 350,000 are treated at the Royal Children's Hospital specialist clinics. At any time, our children may need life-saving care. They rely on groundbreaking research, and your support goes to funding the latest equipment, education, research, and family-centred care. It also enables the Royal Children's Hospital to continue to provide world-class care for its young patients and families whenever they need it. Next year, we will come together again, and we look forward to Little Athletics Victoria being there in your 50th year of support, ensuring that the Royal Children's Hospital can continue to always be a leader in paediatric care. So on behalf of everybody at the Good Friday Appeal and from all the patients and their families, the nurses and doctors, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I congratulate you all for your commitment and giving back and being there for community, and just want to say a very big thank you. I would now like to announce the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday Appeal overall winner per capita. This is awarded to the centre that raised the most money on a per member basis during the 2020-21 season. This year's winner is from a town of around 300 people and just 35 centre members who raised just a huge $1,979.55. Congratulations goes to Lake Bolac and District Little Athletics Centre. Lake Bolac, they were the runners-up for this award last year, raising a fantastic $940.45 in their first season of operation. So congratulations, and what a wonderful effort and achievement in your second year. Thank you to all your members, to the families, supporters and suppliers who are able to make this happen. I'd also like to make an honourable mention to Seaford Little Athletics Centre, who raised an outstanding $1,674.50 with 174 members. Thank you to everyone involved. I would now like to award the Centre for the most funds raised for the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday Appeal. This centre has celebrated over 50 seasons, and they conduct their annual Little Lass Gift, where they charge a gold coin race entry fee and they donate their barbecue profits and rattle their tins around the venue. I'm delighted to announce that this year's winning centre, with 201 members, raising an incredible $2,703.14, and for the third year in a row, is Ringwood Little Athletics Centre. What a tremendous effort, and congratulations and thank you again to everyone involved. I know a lot of work and planning goes into organising a day like this, so thank you to those who assisted with the planning, the logistics, being there on the day, whether you were shaking a tin or for those who participated in the race. We're very grateful for your support and congratulations again. Thank you.
Okay, and that brings us to the final awards of the evening, and they are our Centre Membership Awards. And we do this in two tranches. First of all, we recognise our region centre winners, and then we recognise our overall association winners. Okay, so for the Region Centre Membership Awards, we recognise the efforts of centres to grow their membership, maximise their attention and lure back their former members. So this is recognising and celebrating, in effect, centres' relationships with their members. Now, an average of these statistics is taken for each centre for season 2021, and the leading small and the leading large centre in each of the 7 regions is recognised and given an award. So all 14 awards, 2 for each region, have been generously sponsored by Timing Solutions. So we thank Nick Fregertring and the team for their support for this award category. So congratulations to those leading centres in each region. They'll appear on your screen in a moment. That brings us to the final awards of the evening, which are the Centre Membership Awards in the overall category. Congratulations again to those leading centres across all 7 regions. And the final awards tonight are for the overall winners in the small centre and the large centre categories across all of our regions. Now, these awards are sponsored by Game Day, or formerly known as Sports TG, and we thank Andy Graham and his team for their support of Little Lass Victoria, our association, our centres, and for these awards in particular. So I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the Game Day Overall Membership Award in the small centre category is Yarrawonga Mulwala Little Athletic Centre. Congratulations to Yarrawonga Mulwala. And just for the record, they demonstrated 81% growth this year, 63% retention, and they picked up 5 lapsed members. So just demonstrates what an invigorated, energised, focused committee can do, and make a massive difference to a medium-sized small centre in the course of one season. It's quite spectacular. So congratulations to the committee and the members of Yarrawonga Mulwala. They were early in the season actually advertising in their newspaper for committee members and supporters to try and get their centre going. There was some fear that the centre might not be able to get affiliated, but to come back from that to be recognised here as our leading small centre in certainly the membership growth and retention capacity over the course of the last 12 months is just an outstanding result. So congratulations, everyone.
Okay, on the line with me now on Zoom, I have Danielle Scan, who's the president of Yarrawonga Mulwala Little Athletic Centre. How are you, Danielle? And glad to make your acquaintance and for what's ostensibly good news for you.
Yes, thank you. Nice to meet you. It's good to be here today.
All right, so the reason that you're here is good news, and that is that first of all, Yarrawonga Mulwala Little Athletic Centre has won the Centre Membership Award for Northern Country Region in the small centre category, which is a great result. And following on from that and related to it, because of its sensational performance last year, it's also the award winner in the overall category for small centres for the entire association across all of our 95 affiliated centres for last year. So congratulations, Danielle. That's an awesome result. If I can just indulge the audience in a couple of stats around the performance of your centre. certainly had some struggles. I think it's fair to say heading into the 2021 season, and there was certainly a bit of correspondence with our office in terms of providing support to your centre to get it up and going. And get up and going, it certainly did in a very short space of time. And as a result, the membership increased from 52 at the end of 1920 season through up to 94, so like an 81% increase, which is amazing. Its retention was around about 63% retention, and in terms of also signed up half a dozen members, which it recaptured, it lost over the previous years as well. So those three stats go to calculate an all-up figure that we use to measure the performance of different centres. And Yarrawonga Mulwala, as I said, is the overall winner right across the association in the small centre category across every region. So an outstanding result. So congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey last year? COVID affected, severely impacted season like everyone.
Yes.
But an amazing result notwithstanding that. Tell us a little bit about how it all went.
So it probably was a little bit of momentum from the previous season. We had a terrible, we didn't even think we were going to get up and running, as you just mentioned. And thanks to the dedication of Chris Duffy and Narelle Duffy, that he was the outgoing president, we managed to get a lot of new people on board on the committee. There were some committee members that previous year that didn't even have children at athletics. They were just community members. There's still a family on board. Now his grandchildren actually joined up, and his daughter is on the committee as well. So she's our treasurer, Melissa. So it was probably just a bit of momentum from then. But yeah, my first year in particular being president, so I was a little bit nervous about stepping into Chris's shoes and being raw at this position. But we just did a lot of, we did a newspaper article, which we do every year in the local papers. Lots of Facebook posting. Narelle Duffy still continued on doing those Facebook posts, and that really helped. We just got a lot of new families on board, which was fantastic.
Well done. Awesome story. And yourself, you've got kids competing as well, or are you one of the parents that don't have any kids at the centre?
Yes, no, I've got 3 children, and they're probably, in the older age groups now. So, hoping to get lots of other families on board and interested, so then they can carry on once my children are older and gone from the club.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to you and for stepping up into the president's role. No easy gig, particularly arguably the toughest time in the sports history.
It was, and I think that was our biggest worry, all the anxiety attached to all the rules and regulations and trying to make sure that everyone was complying with those rules. There was a lot of anxiety with the committee and making sure that we're doing things right. We just tried to make it, just comfortable for families and make it that place that the kids could come and still have fun with all the rules. And there wasn't a lot of other sport on in town at that time. So we just ran with it and got lots of new families on board, which was great.
Well, what a great message, about the COVID safe dimension of Little Lass. That's right. And I think your point about anxiety with committees would, if we had 95 centres up and going last year, I reckon all 95 would have harboured the same concerns. There was no small amount of increases in responsibilities, and those responsibilities are massive responsibilities too, around keeping people safe. And some centres had issues, of course, with non-complying adults and etc., which is always difficult to manage. But your centre sounds like it's actually smashed through that and come out the other side in really good shape. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, great story. All right, well done. Please pass on our congratulations to your hard-working committee as well, Danielle, and best of luck for the 21-22 season.
I know. Hopefully we'll all get up and running. It'll be great.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Right. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Anthony.
Final award of the evening. I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the Game Day Overall Membership Award in the Large Centre category is Maryborough Little Athletic Centre in Western Country. Congratulations, Maryborough. And Maryborough grew by 25%, and it had 75% retention and 6 lapsed members. So an outstanding result there for Maryborough too, in a COVID-constrained year, in a year in which centres struggled to get up and going, let alone actually grow their membership base. But they obviously did an outstanding job at retaining their members. 75% retention is probably as high as it gets in the association at the moment, and that included with membership growth and picking up a few members that had lapsed along the way is an outstanding result. So congratulations, Maryborough, and I hope that this award also rests at ease on your mantelpiece too up there in country Victoria. Congratulations.
On with me at the moment, I have David Tull, who's the Secretary of Maryborough Little Athletics Centre, and very pleased to announce that Maryborough Little Ath Centre is the overall winner for Western Country region in the large centre category, and additionally, and most excitingly from an association perspective, it's the winner of the large centre for the overall membership category right across the association. So congratulations, David. That's a wonderful achievement by your committee and by your members and the Maryborough community. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anthony.
So tell us a little bit about Maryborough, David, at the moment. How did you go last year facing into the crazy world of COVID, and what were some of the things you learned?
So one of the main things was most centres, we didn't really have any idea what the season was going to provide for us, whether we'd get as many members as we had the previous season, or whether we'd get more. We were really unsure as what was going to happen. And all centres would have known that.
Yes.
Parents worried about COVID and not getting their money's worth, of course. But luckily we had the opposite, where parents wanted to get their kids out of the house, more than likely, get them doing something.
Absolutely. Well, I think the results show in your membership growth and in your retention as well, really strong figures. And you also picked up half a dozen members that were former members as well. So clearly doing a lot right. And I think those numbers are a very clear reflection on the preparation that the Centre Committee did, their commitment, their energy, how well they've engaged their local community, and all those things results in what's in this award. So to win this award out of 95 competing centres is no small deal. So congratulations, and see if you can get it to drum up a bit of local industry interest in your local press there. They might be interested in a story like this.
We definitely will once we're allowed to announce.
Indeed, exactly right. Moving forward for this year, what's the season looking like, and do you have any sort of feel as to what sort of level of interest there is locally?
Oh, not as yet. So again, things rather late just because of the uncertainty.
Yep.
So we haven't actually opened up membership yet for our centre. So we're still gauging what's going to happen.
Of course. Yeah, no, there'll be lots of centres that are making those sort of decisions at the moment. Should we open? Should we not? Or do we need to? Can we cater? Can we confidently cater for all the members that want to join our centre? Really, really difficult times, and we're all trying to navigate those murky waters. So look, on that note, whichever way it falls for you, David, congratulations once again. Best of luck in season 21-22 for Maryborough Little Ath Centre.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the evening, and a huge thanks once again to our supporting partners: Commonwealth Bank, Timing Solutions, Energetic Apparel, Game Day Apparel, Out There Branding, Nordic Sport, and Game Day Sports TG. Thanks everyone for your support along the way. Thanks to the staff who, in particular, Taylor Perry, Kim John, Nathan Georgievsky, for their efforts in bringing the production of the LAVic Centre Excellence Awards to reality, albeit in COVID-strained virtual platform as we do at the moment. It is what we is, and we play with the times, but they did a giant job in bringing you this production tonight. Congratulations finally to all our award recipients tonight. Well earned, and I hope you make good miles out of winning your awards tonight. Thoroughly well deserved. So in the end of the 21-22 season, best wishes and good health to everyone in our Little Ath community for what we hope will be exciting months ahead for our sport. Good night.